Alright. In between all the cassettes spinning and all that. Point time to start. Line B. Doing it. Press fire. Or even a joypad enabled on this thing. If I press enter, nothing. Space. F. X. Oh god, we're doing it today. Why is it always gonna be like escape? No. Why does every game have to be like this? Alright. See. Matter. Yes. Earn. I think that's a European thing. I don't know. Not shift. It's not. Go through every button here. Something. Shift. Roll. Tab. Tab. Hey. What the hell is fire? I can't be this blind. Function key. I should have just gone in and tested this. Do this every time it works. Clicking on everything I had. You ever had a fucking Amstrad? A CPU really help if you told me anything, because how do I close this? Not a button. That's not enter, that's the PlayStation 4 pad. Alright, I guess we're taking a break until I set up a joypad or joystick. Give me a second. Yeah, I hope you saw it, but god, this is definitely a abstract. Punch. I think I did that. What? Got a bit of a delay. I think there's only one button. I looked at the arcade cabinet for the original game. It only had buttons. One big hulking button. Oh my, why is he faster than me? The delay in hitting. By the time I hit the button, he hits like 2 seconds later. I gotta say, those looks kind of like the original game. There's no music, there's no nothing either. So what do you expect? I'm glad we got this out of the way so I can lose. Ryu versus Retsu. I don't know if this is an actual character, but this is a port that came a year later for home computers, based on the original 1987 Street Fighter by Capcom. Again, pretty quaint little arcade cabinet, only one button on it. Big red button. Assuming that's the same exact thing that you're seeing. The arcade looks so much better, obviously. It's not deafening you with dumb noise. I just... looks harder than it seems. Because, like I said, there's a delay on hitting the button. I'm hitting fast now because I'm mashing it. No, it's not ideal. Apparently the AI can't hit down. Alright. Never mind. Stupid enough that it doesn't do it often, and it's over. I'll see what I can do, but I can't promise. Sus. Alright, thank you, Retsu. Try again. I don't know if you would expect anything more out of the Amstrad CPC, which is literally playing off a cassette tape. Again, this is 1988. Back then, video games were still seen as, well, they were beginning to be seen as like big toys. Not really, you know, something to put much effort into. I don't think that would have been a thing until maybe the NES started to get real big. Then even more so in the next generation. And this is a port for a home computer. I don't think any effort put into it. Not that you could. This thing wasn't exactly a shining example of performance. Not even by later standards, like things like the Japanese computer market. Stuff like the P88, 98, FM Towns, etc. I know that's like 90s. Kind of get the point. God, I don't want to hear that. I hope it's not too much for you. I get it. I won the first round. Thank you. I've asked this before, but if anybody's watching at this late in the game or late in the stream, I would love to know how cassette tapes even work as data. Considering, I would assume they're more like film roll. At least that's how I knew them, obviously. All I can think of are VHS tapes. Maybe it would be the same thing. I have no idea how you would even get an interactive game out of it. But then again, maybe VHS tapes had like main menus today. Maybe I'm misremembering for. I guess my question is, how would you even make an interactable game, not just like audio-visual with a cassette tape? Again, a much smaller format than VHS or even just a regular floppy diskette. I'm assuming it was still a thing, back in the late 80s. CDs weren't a thing until much later in the 90s. They didn't last long now that I think about it. Quickly replaced by Blu-rays. There we go. Time to lower the volume. Or I lose. That is pretty bad. I'm gonna end the game with the original arcade version. Oh my god. Because I'm assuming that's what you're all here for, which is the original arcade. I bet none of you were expecting me to play CPC. Alright, Geki, I don't think that's a Street Fighter character. Not one that I know, and it's the same stage. Oh, they actually have moves. They have specials. I wasn't expecting that at all. But they still go down pretty easily. You just crouch. Nothing hits you. You only get the one, like, sweep kick, I guess. Terrible. But hey, you had one of these growing up, didn't have shit else to do as a kid. I don't even know what the hell these computers would probably be for other than text document and whatnot. Because I don't think they even came with a screen. All you ever see with these is just a keyboard, and that's it. I'm assuming all the software, well, hardware, built into the... And then you get a cassette tape player on the side as well. Play programs or save them, I guess. I don't know. Forever be baffled by American and... God. Forever baffled by these old American and European computers or home. I think the MSX is kind of the same thing. But again, the Japanese were a little bit more advanced later on with things like the P88. The earliest one I could think of, obviously. But that's more of a... Also uses more of a DOS type of thing. Basic. By that point, there were actual PCs, not just keyboards. Cassette tape players. We're talking about actual towers and whatnot. Okay. How am I losing so much health? This is definitely an arcade port. If I've ever seen one. I am mashing the button. This plays horribly. I would not want to play this on a mouse and keyboard. Well, mouse or keyboard. There was no mouse back in the day. All right, round 3. Don't throw anything at me. Oh. Yeah, we're not dealing any damage whatsoever. Damage difference, it's those disgusting artificial difficulty things that I really hate. Either give us equal damage or don't bother. Thankfully, it's just an arcade thing from back in the day. Games nowadays somewhat don't do this, but a lot of them do for their difficulty or their higher difficulties. I'm gonna have to restart from the beginning. Oh no, thank God. Yeah, we've talked about that with RTS games. Making the AI cheat or giving them more stats than the player, even at the same levels and ranges, which sucks. Ryu doesn't want to punch at all. How would I expect a quarter circle to do anything? Either major nostalgia to some old man, hopefully, or a very boring stream of somebody playing the worst port of Street Fighter I've ever seen. I didn't even know the original Street Fighter was a thing. I thought it started as an actual fighting game, to be honest with you. What can I do? We learn something new every time we stream about. Finally had a groove and now it's gone. No drop kick. Drop punch. Terrible. I feel like he knows I'm getting close. Here we go. Only round 1. Alright, I'm lowering that even more. That's energy bonus. That's definitely blasting somebody's, like, is that left or right? That's left ear. I'm looking at the audio split here. Doesn't look that good. Like this game. Really getting annoyed at the delay in punching. I can only imagine what the joypad looked like. Probably an Atari-like, you know, just a big stick and a big red button. I wonder, even if there weren't any precedents, we're already gonna lose. How did they think that one giant square with a big old stick and a button was very ergonomic? Great. But to be fair, the NES was a giant rectangle with 2 buttons and it was still a hell of a lot more comfortable, I would assume. Way back then. Really trying. This is, if I can get him in the corner. That's as good as it's gonna get. Beating pushed. I'll give this one more try before I my mind. Or not. That was all our continues because an arcade port, why would you one more go at this bullshit? Hey, a drop kick. Hey, an actual kick. I just have to move as I hit. Isn't as fun as it. I'm mashing the punch button, the only button in this game. This seems so much more better, but I'm already gonna lose. Yeah. Could have played conservatively. I wonder how many people have a cassette tape, this kind of thing, sitting in a basement or drawer somewhere. Does anybody even have an Amstrad computer laying around? I know there's quite a few here and there. Gotta be. We'll have to have an old, maybe early 90s, mid 90s computer, like a PC 98 or something. I'll even take a Windows 95. Reminds me, I got a new system I gotta try out. Emulate. See if we can do that sometime soon. Why is it that he can hit faster than I can? But I gotta wait a whole 5 seconds for you to respond. Alright, well. Gonna go until there's no more continue. Get all my money's worth out of the Amstrad C464, I believe what this is. I do wish more shaders. Big ups to the guy that made the shaders. I've talked about him before. I gotta go back and check if he's updated any of them. Have more detail to them. I do love how some of these have their actual monitors. Computer ones like the 98 or the Sharp. There is like default types of CRT monitors. I gotta look them up, see which ones they are, because they do. I think I've seen one of them before. But all right, I gotta stop goofing. Anyway, I'd love to see more of these custom individual monitors or televisions, of the time. Kind of like giving the Atari 2600 like an old wooden, and it's over. Wow, that's really sucks. The original arcade is also a two-player game. I can only imagine. I'm gonna play it, so we're not gonna imagine anything. Now, this background's not that bad. We're only having like 3 colors. Very terrible floor. I guess I couldn't make it all black. The other color would probably just mishmash with all the other textures. I don't know. I think it's supposed to be gravel. Could be. Go. Very quiet. Not anymore. God. I'll be content. This guy again. Not then. Oh wow, look at that. Already half health. Worse than you can imagine. Uh, Diagonal is that. Interesting. Got more range too. If I could use specials, that'd be great. If I knew how to do anything. Nope. Nope. Anything up is just a jump. Really does suck. I don't know what more you want me to tell you. I don't even know if I have any other ports of this. I didn't check. If you look at the thumbnail, that's a promotional like thing. So I mean, there's more on that. Might have been in a Commodore. All the times I've hit him, and now just a half health. Oh wow. Funny how that works. So terrible. How none of those hit is beyond me. Finally. Oh my god, he teleported. I didn't even see reading the chat. I know there's ports of Street Fighter on the PC Engine Turbo Graphics. I haven't played it, but I heard their ports were pretty good. I don't know about this specific, like, super old version, the very original one. I believe it was the creator of this version, very original Capcom version that went on to do, was it Fatal Fury or something like that? I read something about that kind of stuff, but I don't remember exactly what he. Anyway, I might be thinking of the great, might have been a great Street Fighter 2 port for the PC Engine. That might have been, yeah, just a normal. Oh god. Music to my ears. Oh. Yeah, I think it was the regular 16, not a CD version. Would have been better anyway. Like any other CD adaptation or port. Oh, hey, we're doing something. Might be able to see the next fighter. In the one life that we have left. Oh shit. I hate how he's not in range. How the hitbox is like so thin. Couldn't let me hit him in between that animation or that. I can't even just time to delay in hitting buttons here. The one button. Even moving has a big delay, and there's no blocking, I don't think. That didn't exist yet. Probably. But we will play an actual Street Fighter. Reboot, I guess is what you call it, because this is nothing like the actual Street Fighter everybody knows. Like a very, very early fighting game. Historically, how fun, but realistically, not much. Please die. I know it. God. My finger hurts from using this stupid D-pad. I hate it. I gotta buy an Xbox controller right away. I could have just plugged in the NES controller, actually. Or not. I hate Nintendo layouts. I would have to change A for B and for A, etc. I don't want to do that. Down one way or the other. Good enough for me, unless that happens. So hey, hopefully that's my last continue. Try again, kiddo. Oh god. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I just hit on the D-pad with the thumb like way too hard. Like I hold it down way too hard and it starts to hurt after a while. It's not the greatest. Never change here. I don't know why. First word that came to mind. Where are these hitboxes? He's right there. Now he's not. What a perfect spot, just ruined because... Oh, wow. Can't back up any more than that, but why is it pushing me to the side? I want to beat this guy. Ryu, he's not kicking. I'm mashing the one button. Not doing anything half the time. Not even a delay this time. One more hit. I spam the shuriken. I'm gonna lose it. Never do that ever again. Forced dance, I'm gonna have to cycle. I know these, well, this specific original never got ported anywhere else. Because I've never seen it and nobody's ever played it as far as I know. I didn't know this existed until like recently. I'm gonna have to sort through like a million Street Fighter titles just to find one that looks like this. If anything, I'll be fine if there isn't that many. Maybe some of the home computers got one in the arcade, obviously. I want to save that one for the... Why does a kick not have a longer hitbox than a punch? Now it says we're in Japan. I wonder if we can actually go somewhere. Do like a different map. That'd be great to see if we ever make it anywhere. Really possible. Current abilities of mine. Wow, Ryu. I can't imagine hitting midair. Okay, I guess that's it for Street Fighter. Try again, kiddo. My thumb hurts. I don't think I want to play this again. God. Not even a main menu, it's just press fire. Okay, we're moving on. Let's see if there's another port that I have. Enjoy whatever music this is. I can't hear it. Give me like, I don't know, a minute. Well, if you're wondering, I'm testing to see if this thing even works. Don't hold your breath. Certainly not either. Well, if anything, I'm testing if the joypad even works. Or joystick. You're gonna have to give me a second on this. Oh god, the buttons. Okay, it seems like it might not. Let me try some other thing. Alright, so we may not be able to play this one because it uses the numpad. I'm definitely using on my own right now for other. So I can't really run with that. Sucks. See if I can plug in a cool little joystick here. An Atari joystick. I'm looking at it right now and it doesn't look that pretty, but hey. Works. Alright, one of these stupid ass buttons has gotta work. Fortunately, none of these work that great. Oh, this is dumb. Hopefully I don't have any hotkeys set up to my numpad here. I might screw something up. Actually... You know what, I'm not even gonna bother. I'm just gonna switch games and get the hell out of here. I'll worry about that later, honestly. Let's move on to which one came out before Commodore or Commodore 64, I think, came out before. Try that one. Hopefully it works. Hopefully. See if the joystick works on this. Oh my god. Audio. Controller works, then we're all good. Thank God for stupid ass noise kit. I just saw my sentence get cut out immediately. It might not, so you know what? Whatever. See what we can do. Get right in there. I don't mean to keep you guys for so long, but it happens. Fortunately. The actual Commodore 64. Probably odd. I don't know if you could hear me, but the audio thing on the OBS was just lagging. Those colors on the screen were just killing the stream, or my display, more like. Okay, let's see. Hit a little scroll lock on that. F1. Thank God it worked. Is that cutting out my audio? Why are the numpad keys not doing anything? I just want to check the audio and stuff like that. Please don't tell me I have to use the numpad. Terrible. God, again, what are the buttons? Please. I gotta get me one of those, like, stream decks or whatever. Also, look at the timer. Alright, give me a second. I gotta see if I can plug in a joypad. Alright, we got it. Some of these for the 64... Okay, that's fine. Some of these games for the Commodore 64... either port 1 or port 2 for the joystick, and I just had to switch it to port 1. Alright, could be 2 buttons. As far as I read, but apparently there's only one. How to look at it. Certainly faster, but there's still a big old delay in the game. Not something I want to play. Still, also no bottom kick. Might be a 4-directional game. No other button, nothing. Might have to win by timeout. That time! There is no time. Also, he's doing way more damage than I am. Thankfully, we got him. No drop kick or anything. Nobody can certainly hit me, and I can't do that. I'm telling you, there's no other buttons at all. I did that by pressing 2 buttons at the same time. Oh, now he wants to kick. That a bitch. The fact that he can do this, fucking obnoxious. I really might just wait out the time because it's dumb. Somehow these ports are all pretty terrible. What did I expect? It doesn't look that bad. It looks better than the CPC, obviously. I think these all came out in the same year. Probably like 1988. If not, maybe like a year later. It could just be a difference in quality, obviously. But I'm glad I can win by timeout. Yeah, that screen, that color screen really destroys my display, my second display. Makes it lag like hell. We might even get out of Japan at this rate too. Hopefully. By just being a rat. Hey, hits have actual hitboxes you're actually hitting. Great. CP version. Actually gonna make it pretty far. Surprised. Not by a lot. Alright, it's Joe from the USA. Who'd have thought? That'd be his name. Also says funky on that. Stars and stripes, but there's no red color. They're already using it, so it's purple. Interesting. The lack of colors in these games really does to art style. But it's not that bad, actually. Enjoyable. And hey, new sprite is Joe. Probably maybe Guile. Like Proto or something. I wonder, is he hitting me low or is he... that just a bunch, which is terrible either way, but... hey, at least I'm consistent with low kicks. Alright, Joe and Mike. I wonder who made these characters. They're certainly not American. I like the off color in its pants. I can tell the coloring is not fully done in between the... I feel like the CPC had better sprites. All things concerned, yeah. This one might have toned down just so they could have more colors and like music. That's usually the case, I would assume. But even then, they probably have it zoomed in a little bit more, I think. We're in England. No wonder it looks like shit. Wow, look at that damage. Wow, this is definitely an arcade port. Wow, look at that damage. This sucks. I was expecting some artificial bullshit right out the gate. Get away from me. I can't tell if he's moving or what, but he keeps hitting me. And I keep missing half the time. I meant to say he's pushing me. I wonder who that guy is in the back. Blockhead. Hey, we're doing it as long as he doesn't do that. The thing just deletes a quarter of my health. That's nasty. If you ever program something like that as a difficulty, then I don't think you should be in the business. Honestly. Eagle. No excuse either, because goddamn, this isn't our arcade. You're not putting a fucking coin. You're not making any money out of this. Besides the... oh my god. I'm dead. Oh. Please, let me do it like the other guy. Please. Oh, thank god. Beat Eagle. Who do you think would be American? But he's not. How does his attacks have, like, more range than mine? Who does this? His sprite just jumbled up at the end. I don't know if you saw that. We're on novice level. Didn't really do much of a difference. Alright, time to move on. I'm not going to keep you for too long in the weight room. Bear with me. Europeans, man. Tried to speak as much as I could because it kept cutting out my dialogue there. Really hate noise gating, but I have to use. Hopefully this doesn't have like some shitty anti-piracy load measure or whatever. I don't have to waste my time looking for that. What a horrible implementation. Early preservation. Just imagine you lose that shit. Nobody managed to like... I didn't break. Nobody managed to like archive or just upload it somewhere for prosperity. This doesn't look normal though. Unless it's loading. I don't know what I'm looking at. This might be the last of the ports. I'll have to check console. I don't think we'll have this on them. I would know. Let's see. I'm gonna give it a couple of minutes. By that I mean like 10 seconds. I think it's time to give up on the Commodore right now. Alright, there's probably some background stuff I gotta do, so let me check that real quick and maybe it'll work. If not, I'm out of here. Alright, well, I know nothing about the Commodore. Yeah, so I'm keeping on that. I'm just gonna pick it up someday, whatever happens again. I keep saying I'll test out games before playing them on here, so one day. One day I'll follow up on all that. Like I said, there's no port of specific Street Fighter version, this original version. I think it might be high time to just go to the arcade port and go to the original arcade release, call it a day. I don't think I'm gonna find this original version ported anywhere else at the time. Not even the X68000 or 98. There's a Street Fighter collection for the PS1 that might have some. Pass on that. Let's finish the stream with the arcade. I'm gonna open it up real quick. Yeah, I gotta change, like, you know, tape mode or something. Why does it look like this? Alright, well. Get a load of shader on here quick. Get on with it. Give me a second. Put a tilt on the shader, why not? Make it look a little bit more real. And I gotta change some things here and there. But it's fine. Hopefully it's not super loud. It's gonna tear my eardrum out. My controller noise disconnecting. That. We'll rock with 1 or 3 credits. So 3 continues. 1987, this came out the year before. All the other ports. A lot of empty background. I guess that kind of comes with the territory. Whatever. I didn't have a shaders on this folder. I have to play around and see what else I'm missing. But anyway. Country select, Japan. I like the flag. Japan. Look at that, beautiful arcade. Baito. Might be a little too loud for everybody. And those hit noises are super loud. I wonder if that's like a thing for arcade. Maybe it sounds better in the cabinets. Okay, there should be specials. I wish I knew how to do stuff like that. Got him. All right. Round. Yeah, I can't imagine half circles working in this fucking thing. Weird jump. Alright, that wasn't in the other versions, I think. Well, if he wants to play like that... Look at the timer, it's so fast, too. They really wanted you to just... not be able to play without putting in so many coins. And hey... all over the world. I don't know if it's just that old that you can barely hear some of the voice lines. Look at how much damage he's doing to me, and I just hit him more. I would not have fun with this. Hey, you can block. I wasn't expecting that, but he can spam too, so what the fuck am I supposed to do? Oh, it's an actual bomb. Alright. Okay, let's see if we can beat Genki. Let's get to Joe at least. What an obnoxious arcade boss, or at this point it's a boss. Holy shit. I can't imagine Eagle in the UK. This is already pretty bad. Maybe I can win by just not engaging. Or get spammed to hell and back like that. Well, hopefully we won't be here forever. Be able to take a break. I can't move that fast. My ears are ringing, but that's beside the point. Anyway, Ryu's head is red, which I wasn't expecting, to be honest. And yes, I am just trying to get away, but it doesn't work. How none of that actually damaged them is beyond me. I can see why they changed it up so much in the next release. How do you even play against that? You're not getting anything more out of me, so I did what I wanted. I played the CPC version, got to show off the arcade version that I'm never playing again. I hope it was fun. I hope it was enjoyable. Maybe you learned something about the original Street Fighter you never knew about. You thought it was like the average fighting game we know nowadays, but it's not. It was a shitty free fighting game. Well, part of the shittiness just comes from it being an arcade game, but hey, it is what it is. This is probably better with 2 players. I'm gonna see if I can get somebody on to suffer with me, but hey. What do I always say? Until next time, and goodbye.